Hey everybody, Johnny Be Good here. Hello and good afternoon. Greetings. We are somewhere between New London and Columbus, Ohio. As you can probably see on the screen, Benny Jorgensen has some bad news. I never thought of it that way. I never thought that the HDMI is an input or an external camera. Not in a million years that I ever even thought about that. Which kind of makes it, make it cool that you can put an external camera to it. But bad news for us that it's only an input, not an output. Now I don't know whether that is the case or not, but it seems to fit so far of what George is saying. So George, thank you for pointing that out. I never in a million years thought about it. So that's really disappointing. Now I really don't have any reasons to get it. I mean, sheesh, getting it, $600 and not be able to integrate it to the channel. I mean, I can't imagine why I would. But it is what it is. I'm hoping, George, forgive me for saying this, but I'm really hoping you are wrong. Oh man, I am hoping you are wrong, George. So, alright, another bad news. Remember on the earlier
in
video,
5 miles, stay to the right to I-70 East, Columbus.
The Waze app is designed for commercial vehicle, and the majority of the replies said no, it is not designed for a truck. So yeah, that puts a kink to that plan too, right? Just when I just decided, you know what? Before I read George's comment that the HDMI is for that purpose. Before I read that comment, I read the comments of the answer back from you guys, especially from Andy. The Waze app is solely designed for non-commercial vehicles or for smaller vehicles. And I thought, okay, well then that justifies me to buy the Rand McNally. Only to be shut down by the fact that George has replied to that comment. But again, I'm hoping that George is wrong, but as of now I really believe that he is right. Oh boy. Alright, once again, today it is Saturday, March 3rd, 2018. The local time here is 4:39. According to the Waze app, we are 426 miles to Laurel, Maryland. Our delivery schedule is tomorrow at 7 a.m. And temperature as far as Baby Blue is, or according to Baby Blue, is 41 degrees here. So there you go. I don't know. When I read George's comment, I felt like a geese flying at 30,000 feet and somebody with a really high powerful scope just shot me out of the air. Just something. It felt like somebody clipped my wing, right? But it is what it is. Once again, welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and greetings to each and every one of you out there that lives in Columbus. Kind of just took the wind out of my sail there, right? Alright, there's something I would like to share with you guys. This is kind of, let's call this wishes and dreams and goals. Okay? To begin with, let me say this. I am married to the most loyal, most kind, understanding wife there ever is on the earth. I mean, she is just, I'd be lost without her, man. And you know what, I would probably be somewhere
in 1 mile
out there,
stay to the right to I-70 East Columbus,
running around with the dogs, if it wasn't for her. And she puts up a lot with me, so I just want to say I thank you to my wife for putting up with me and teaching me the right ways. And so when it comes to that, I am truly blessed to have a wife that is strong and understanding and who's willing to see beyond my faults. And just, man, I tell you, although I gotta say, she scares me to death. She's the commander-in-chief. So having said that,
stay to the right to I-70 East
a little bit of
Columbus.
A background to my wife. My wife was born and raised in the Philippines. I met her about sometime maybe 17 years ago back home.
In 2.9 miles,
and
stay to the left to I-70 East Wheeling.
We've been married for about 16 years, and she is a CNA. CNA. There you go.
Watch out, vehicle
Certified
stopped on
nursing
shoulder
assistant.
ahead.
I almost forgot what C stands for. She works at Rocky Knoll in Plymouth, Wisconsin. She has been there for probably, I don't know, 13 years, maybe 14. And she works for the Sheboygan County. And one of the benefits of working for the county is her medical health insurance is really nice and low, but she works really hard to get those benefits. As I mentioned maybe a few days ago, she doesn't earn as much as I do, but what she brings in to the house is
in 1 mile,
beyond,
stay to the left to I-70 East
beyond
Wheeling.
measurable. I mean, in fact, in the family, I probably take more advantage of her health insurance than anyone else in our family. So without her health insurance, I'd be dead. But she has a really big problem. I think I mentioned this months and months ago. I don't know why they can't seem to figure out what is wrong with her feet. She's always having constant pain of feet. As she describes
stay to the left to I-70
it's
East
almost like,
Wheeling.
you know, when you sat at the toilet reading your magazine too long and your feet when you stand up, your feet hurts really bad.
In 1.4 miles,
kind of like
stay to the right to I-70.
Poking you. That's what she describes, and she's been to the doctor, and they did all that stuff, and I don't know. They just can't figure it out somehow. So now, having said that, here comes my dream and my goal. I don't know. It seems to me that this is just a dream, okay? This is nothing concrete, nothing really. Just, I guess we call this back home in the Philippines, building castle in the clouds. It's just thinking out loud, I suppose. Daydreaming. What if in the near future I could get enough subscriber to, buy my own truck, go on a, let's make, since we're building
in half a
this
mile,
castle on the
stay
air
to
for
the
free,
right.
let's go all out, okay? And in the recent events, the W900 has been chasing me all over the Midwest, starting from Ohio and yet today over there in Gary. So I thought, what would happen if someday I get me a W900?
Stay to the right
Maybe
to
a
I-70
drop
East,
deck.
Wheeling.
And go trucking and have my wife her work. See, that's just basically my motivation right there is
continue
if
straight
I
for 1 hour and
somehow
39
could
minutes to exit 219
enough
I-470 East,
subscribers
Bel Air, Washington,
and income from
Pennsylvania.
YouTube that would allow my wife to quit working, be with me on the road. Now, one thing we got to get straight here, okay? Before anybody gets excited, my wife will never, ever consider driving a truck. Forget about it. She refuses to drive to Walmart on her own, or on a Walmart if I'm home. If I'm home, I'm driving. She's a really good car driver, but she's been really adamant about never interested even thinking about driving a truck. Never. So let's get that out of our head there, okay? Don't even comment about it. You'll just get me in trouble. So anyway, I just thought that somehow, maybe someday, I could provide enough income in my family to have her, stop working, be with me, be on the road, and just go trucking, and somehow, I don't know, incorporate the YouTube income with the trucking. And now, first of all, let's also establish that I am not a businessman. I don't know anything. I'm not good to be in business. But that doesn't stop me from trying. So I don't know. I'm just saying that what if there was a way someday in the near future that I could go trucking independent and somehow could support me and my family without her having to work every day in constant pain. So I don't know,
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
It'd be a nice dream though. driving down the road, cross country. Maybe put Goldie in the back and go trucking with a brand new KW W900. Ooh. And yeah, it's got to be black. No, gotta be yellow. Gotta be yellow, come on. You can't betray the yellow. Can't betray the color, come on. But oh, what a dream it would be. But then again, that begs the question. If you had that kind of income, would you invest in a trucking company? Or would you invest in something else? I don't know. It just... Now, how many of you out there would follow me if I was to go home to the Philippines and continuing doing YouTube over there, or maybe a little traveling? How many of you out there would continue to follow my channel away from trucking? After all, this is how it got started. This is what my channel is. It's a trucking channel. But it's I guess it's also been established that my channel is not just about trucking channel. It's it's about cooking. It's about the girls, campers, travel. But I don't know. You know, I'm just things that are popping up in my head. I've just been really inspired by the recent events of how my channel is taking off like crazy. And so I don't know, it just so many ideas that are floating in my head, and just kind of daydreaming about things, you know. Again, George, thank you so very much for pointing that out, and I hope you will do. I hope you will continue to do more research on that, and if you could confirm that. Oh, the challenges, right? Isn't that the way it works? Is when you think something is just as sweet can be, it's not really entirely sweet. And by the way, I have a message for Intermodal Trucker. Kindly share this with him. I don't know if he is aware of this, so maybe that's why. But I think Larry has more than 4,000 hours of watching views on his channel. 24,000 minutes. That's 10,000 subs. Oh, okay. So maybe Larry, maybe I hope you can see this. Dofar, I'm gonna just call you CD. I will not attempt to pronounce your name. So Larry, if you're watching that, I don't know. I don't know if you're aware of it or not. For those of you who don't know Larry is intermodal trucker. Is a good friend of mine. Just started his YouTube channel about a month ago, and he's up to about 2,500 subscribers right now. So check him out. He's got a really good channel, good content. All right, what else is going on? That's all I got. Oh, motorcycles are out. Wow. Nice. So now it's you know, with George's report, if that was so, what are the advantages of having the Rand McNally is that sometimes in places, the problem with cell phone GPSs is if you don't have a cell phone signal, forget it. Your cell phone cell phone GPS is pretty much useless, right? So that's one advantage of having.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
A Rand McNally GPS, because it doesn't rely solely on Wi-Fi. So without, you know, with George's report, if that was so, I don't know, I'd probably buy me a cheaper version, I suppose. Oh dear, I forgot to get fuel in Columbus, just like I said I would. Wow, time flies when you're talking your mouth off. I still have a quarter of a tank, so I guess right now I have 2 hours and 23 minutes remaining to drive. So I know I could make it to Belmont. There's a Pilot truck stop over there, and if I remember correctly, they still have, I think that's one of the few Pilots that has that fresh ground up coffee machine. From now on, I'm just going to refer it to the JBG Travel coffee machine. Haha. JBG coffee machine. From what I understand, I think Pilot Truck Stop does ground up their coffee, the one that they sell. But somehow, I don't know why, that machine just makes it so much better. I don't know what's with that machinery that makes it 100 times better than the regular coffee. Oh, that airplane is flying really low. What is that, Southwest airline? You barely see it on the screen. Alright, well, again, that's all I got. So we'll catch you guys later. And again, thank you so very much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next clip. Trying to figure out how far we are from Laurel, Maryland. Well, there you are. 383 miles. Alright, we'll catch you guys later. As always, thank you for watching. George, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Have a good and godly day, everyone. Johnny B. Goodyear. Peace.